Can't believe I'm back. Can't believe it's this. The old God stepping in to a world of flames. Everything is tight for shareholder might. It's time to stop and think what the point really is. But how about you? They laughed in your face. They spoke about your power, but refused to set your place. I'll take your hand and lead you through the dust. Yesterday's cast-offs are today's number ones. Today's number ones. Don't gaslight me with lies, but don't string hopes up to die. Living in the real world is the greatest prize. If you hear just one thing, let it be this: there's an enormous world outside, so don't wait to take it in. But how about you? They laughed in your face. They spoke about your power, but refused to set your place. I'll take your hand and lead you through the dust. Yesterday's cast-offs are today's number ones. Today's number ones. And toiling and hustling, and it seems a dead end. But on the eve of this apocalypse, I'm plowing ahead. But how about you? They laughed in your face. They spoke about your power, but refused to set your place. I'll take your hand and lead you through the dusk. Yesterday's cast-offs are today's number ones. Today's number ones. I always shoot to kill. If it's crucial or G-skill, I'll always deal my blow to patriot and more. But today I'm feeling something, a changing in the winds. A kit for $90 is now 176. The DDR is gone. AI took it all. Can we never catch a break? Can we never have cheap PCs? I'll show those fat cats something. Just give me one excuse. When the new day's dawning, brothers rise up with me. I always wait for deals. My suit is clean today. Black Friday coming up, but it seems darker still. I only cheap PC. The DDR is gone. The DDR is gone. The DDR is gone. Never feel behind, like the one they all forgot. Life's full of splendor, yours full of raw. Technically perfect, but spiritually nil. Everything on paper, nothing in the field. Touch grass, feel it on your skin. It's time to leave that basement, that dungeon of sin. Touch grass, unplug from the rush. Let it heal you, you're all right too much. Stop this tape and take it out. Iron your shirt, make your bed. Time to start again. Move the body, move the mind. Make a plan to turn around. See you the other side. Touch grass, feel it on your skin. It's time to leave that basement, that dungeon of sin. Touch grass, unplug from the rush. Let it heal you, you're on my mind too much. Unplug from the rush. Let it heal you, you're on my mind too I've fallen for the lie. I kneel every time. I've paid my dues with time. They're never on our side. What we know as owning is dead. Subscription for my heart instead. The last mile to run, the final hell to climb. So many speakers, but who will find? Stand with me, brothers, we're flesh and blood. The the stripping of our souls, a monthly charge for love, the loneliness of now, what we know as death is gone. My conscience in the cloud alone. The last mile to run, the final hill to climb. So many speakers, but who will fight? Stand with me, brothers, with flesh and blood. The last of our nothing to compare. You're the last thing that's real in my life. So run with me and leave these fools behind. The last mile to run, the final hill to climb. So many speakers, but who will fight? Stand with me, brother, with flesh and blood, the last of our kind. The last mile to run, the final hill to climb. So many speakers, but who will fight? Stand with me, brothers, with flesh and blood, the last of our kind. That's why I came with you, left it all behind, to be the only things that's real, you.
Today I walk alone in the rural streets of the county's dread. Feet upon the pavement, splashes all around my head of the winding roads. A shrouded man said to me, there's a little something in your eye, radiance I can't describe and fight. Don't call me a bright spark, you don't know me. Don't call me pure light, you can't see me. Because I may be cool and calm outside, but I will hang, draw, and quarter you till it's done, till it's done, till it's done. My skin laid out and bare, stomach full of dread on the darkened street. My mind unraveling fast, but holding on to what I can in these darkened streets. Don't call me a bright spark, you don't know me. Don't call me pure light, you can't see me. Because I may be cool and calm outside, but I will hang, draw, and quarter you till it's done. Don't call me a bright spark, you
was a rockin' and a rollin' down AM 508 when a little birdie told me about this sweet little case. I was ducking and a diving through the ITX flames when a cool gust of air hit me square in the face. You think that you're tiny, but I hard disagree. You think that you're spacious, but there's nothing to see. You think that you're funny, but I think you're a fool. They call me Cooler Master because I'm effortlessly cool. Slipping and a sliding down SFF way. Opti and Devin said to me, deal on an R200p. I was searching and a scheming through Amazon away. Bezos put a twink in my eye, and R200p max for only $169. You think that you're tiny, but I hard disagree. You think that you're spacious, but there's nothing to see. You think that you're funny, but I think you're a fool. They call me Cooler Master because I'm effortlessly cool. Disagree. Think that you're spacious, but there's nothing to see. You think that you're funny, but I think you're a fool. They call me Cooler Master because I'm effortlessly cool. They call me Cooler. Because I'm effortlessly cool.
Bom dia. Hello everybody for this surprise stream in the evening. I got Devesh in the chat calling me computer janitor. I love it. I wasn't actually planning to do a stream, but we're going to because I have a little job to do. And it'd be nice to share it with the gang. So let me see if I can put some background music on. We'll get started in a moment. Yes, we can. So all I have to do now is mute my laptop audio, and then that should be playing through. Beautiful. Let's see how we're getting on in the poll. So we've only got one vote in the poll, and I imagine that's Devesh who's going to let me bang his mum for a 4 terabyte Samsung. Good on you for holding out, actually. A lot of people would do it for the 128. So let's get going. I think before we actually start doing this PC building stuff, I've got some parcels to unlock, so let's do that. And thank you, Amiga Man, for subscribing. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get on with it. So we can zoom this top camera in. You see we've got our alcohol and our gloves ready. Let's just do some parcel unpacking, give ourselves a bit of space, and then we'll start. Hope everyone's having a nice Sunday, whatever time it is wherever you guys are. It's early evening, 1800 hours here. Oh, tell you what, Scan like to box them up nice and secure, don't they? Jesus. It's pretty good to have 7 concurrent viewers, actually. It didn't even announce the stream, really. Just a cheeky extra. Picked up a couple more of these Montecs. They're a good price at the moment. So anyone's in the UK, these are a really good price at the moment. It's probably the best power supply deal you're going to find at the moment. Montec Sentry 2 850 watt for like £80. Pretty sweet. So let's move those and we'll move on to the next one. We've got some people filtering in. That's nice to see. Hopefully people are having a nice Sunday. Oh. Let's hope for something more exciting in this next packet. I absolutely whacked my head yesterday, like last night after coming back, on like an awning. I'm a very tall man. Absolutely rattled me. Feeling weird all day. You can call me computer janitor. I call myself the medical janitor when I'm at work. So, oh guys, do you remember this? 5070 Ti. Found one. Before they all disappear. That's not what we're using for today's build. It's just, we just happen to have it. But Devesh can call me, you can call me whatever you want. And for the right price, yeah, I can do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of packaging for just a motherboard. So I had to pick this up because I've got some DDR4 options on my website. I've actually had to pull all of the Intel DDR4 choices now. I'm going to have to rework them because I can't find any ATX LGA 1700 boards on DDR4 anymore. This is the last one that I found online anywhere. So that sucks because the 14600K and DDR4 was a bit of a meta actually recently. I think that's the smart buy if you're going to build a new PC, because you get a bit more performance than you'd get from the Ryzen AM4s, but you still get the DDR4 savings, and the CPUs aren't too expensive either. Bit of a shame. Okay, let's go and get the computer that we're actually going to tidy up. This thing is gross. Ugh. So you can see it's got that classic. Anyone that's had any electronics from the 90s will know they had this sort of pearlescent white colour, and then when you put it anywhere near any sunlight, over time it would just go this horrible yellow colour. Even worse if you smoked near it. So it's just funny. I haven't seen this kind of yellowing in years. There's obviously still some of these knocking around. I've seen this case before though. I'm pretty sure it's an NZXT, I think, isn't it? What's it called? It's called a Phantom 410. I've definitely seen this case a couple of times before. But the PC inside actually looks pretty good. So the story behind this one was that I sold a PC locally and the guy wanted to sort of work this old PC up to sell to his friend at a good price. And he said, can I recase it and fix it up for him? And I was like, yeah, sure. The only issues that we had were that we had this SSD looks improperly installed, and I'll show that in a bit more detail in a moment. And the case is a bit old and gross. And I also don't really like a 120mm liquid cooler. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think he said there's an i7 in there, so we're going to take that out as well. It also, I don't like the look of a 120mm liquid either. It doesn't look very nice. And this system is like 6 years old, so the pumps start to fail on these around that point, I found, especially with the 120s for some reason. I don't know why. So we're going to pull this apart. It doesn't look too disgusting inside, actually. There's a bit of syphilis, bit of gonorrhea, but thankfully doesn't seem to be any HIV in there, so I think we're good. I'm going to wear some gloves anyway, but it seems fine. 120mm air is better than a tower cooler. I disagree, because the tower cooler is much more reliable. I'd much rather have a tower cooler than a 120mm. To be honest, nowadays, like, if somebody asks me, should I go liquid or air? In pretty much every situation, I would tell them to go for an air cooler, unless you want the aesthetics of a liquid cooler, because there's some good tower coolers that are pretty cheap and they're not going to break, you know, haven't got a pump or anything like that. So we're going to swap it over. It's not a nice looking cooler. We're putting it into a really nice aero-cool case, so I want it to all look congruent and not too Frankenstein-y. So that's what we're going to do. Did you start a cleaning service? No, it's not. So no, it's I sold a PC to this guy, and he asked me if I could clean up and recase this PC for his friend. So I said, yeah, sure. Why not? Haven't done like a PC clean in ages. It's generally not worth the money because like the amount of time it takes to do a good job, people don't really want to pay that much. But because we're rolling it in with some other stuff, like we're all good, right? Liquid cooler cools better or more performance? No, you don't get more. Not really. It depends. Like most people are using liquid coolers that absolutely don't need them at all. You know, if you've got a big Ryzen 9, i7, K SKU or i9 K SKU, all right, yeah, you can make the argument for a 360 liquid cooler. But a really chunky tower cooler is giving you similar to a 240mm AIO in performance without all the headaches of the pump and everything. So you can go either way. But liquid coolers are so cheap now, like it's personal choice, isn't it? You know, what are you going to do? Right, so that's loosened, that's good. We can take the GPU out. Now, to see what this is. When I first saw this, I thought it was a 10 series, but he told me it was something like a 2080. So we'll have a look and see what it is. But this sort of shroud design makes me think of a 10 series. I thought it was like a 1080 Ti or something. So we'll see what it actually ends up being. We shall see. 16 viewers on a Sunday evening. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Right. So this anti-sag system is not really doing anything anyway. And we can pull that out without affecting that. So what have we got? It's like one of those gaming trios, doesn't it? Oh, nice. It's probably can't see that very well. 2080 Super. Oh, this is still going to be a pretty nice PC. It's not even that dirty, actually. We'll just give it a blowout. How am I reading the chat? Well, I've got the laptop's right next to me. You don't like Mr. Al doesn't like the poll. Okie dokie. Let's take it. It's quite fun. I've never seen an anti-sag without a GPU before. It depends, Pelican. Have you tried it? Like, if you put a really good tower cooler on, you'd be surprised what it can dissipate. If you get like a deep core Assassin 4 VC, it's a pretty good cooler. And most people aren't going to be overclocking, so it's difficult. You know, if you're gonna OC, or if you've got a power draw of like, you know, over 180 watts, like you said in yours, I think a liquid cooler is a good idea, especially a 280, because a 280 is similar to 360, isn't it, in terms of cooling area. Are you building a... No, it's not a sleeper build. We're actually going to take out everything in this case and replace it. The case is disgusting, actually. It will be going to landfill. Is it a one-fan liquid cooler? It won't be for long. I hate these things, so I'll be taking it out, putting a 240 in instead. Yeah, 6 years is usually the time these pumps start to go, but it's quite variable, right? Like some of them can last 10 years plus. Like it's not unheard of. It just goes when it goes, doesn't it? Thermalright Assassin, the peerless, the dual tower one. Yeah, but the vapor chambers are pretty good. But to be honest, Pelican, in your case, you're using an i7. So earlier I did say i7s, you're better off with a liquid cooler. Anything over 200 watts, I think, is going to be will overwhelm a tower air cooler in most cases. And it's not so much about cooling; it's about like what effect does that actually have on your performance? Because, I mean, the majority of people on new systems now are rocking Ryzen's. I don't know of any Ryzen 7 that really needs a liquid cooler to get the most out of it. But Intel's a bit different. It's quite spiky, isn't it? I think the liquid coolers maybe do a bit better with spiky workloads. Oh, well, you're using an EK cooler, so you're using a higher end cooler. So that changes the dynamic, doesn't it? You're using an entry level tower cooler versus a nice AIO. And there is quite a difference in what different AIOs can achieve, actually, depending on how good they are. At least that's my experience, you know. I'm not going to tell you whatever. Oh, the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 is so damn good, man. That is so that will definitely be better than a tower cooler. But it's got a really thick rad on it, isn't it? That's why it's so good. What are you fixing right now? It's just an old, well, it's not even that old. It's got 2080 Super in it. Just recasing it for a customer that recently bought a PC. Building a budget 1440p gaming PC build soon. Kind of, in a way. Because I've got a Fractal Ridge case that's lying around. I'm going to turn it into a living room PC for just for picking up and playing some controller games with. And that will do 1440p. It's an Arc B580 build. But you can still do 1440p. It's gonna cost you about £1,000 to 1,200 quid now. Unfortunately, you know, you're looking at like 900 before all this madness. Ugh. He killed the Z6. How did you kill the board? Usually it's the CPUs that go first, isn't it? Ugh, gross. So, I don't know if you saw, but this guy mounted... So he bought an SSD to install this one, but he got the standoff, and instead of putting it underneath like this and securing the screw to it that way, he used the standoff as the screw and just used it to screw directly into the motherboard, which I've never seen before. So, yeah. But it's okay. I think the SSD will survive. I think it will be okay. SSD sag. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Oh, thermal paste isn't that dry actually. Looks all right. Oh, that sucks, Pilocan. Yeah, you got to be careful with the 13th and 14th gen with that degradation stuff. Keep an eye on the voltages. Difficult. It's easy to say in hindsight though, right? They should just work, really. You shouldn't have to monitor your voltages realistically just to stop them breaking, right? You got unlucky there. Please rate my PC. All right, let's do it. Ryzen 7600 is pretty nice, yeah. Asus TUF 9070 XT. 2x16 Core 7 engines 5200. Yeah, I mean, usually I'd say that RAM's not fast enough, but you've got to take what you can get now. 500 gig SSD. I mean, if you only play 1 or 2 games, you'll be all right, but really you should be getting a terabyte or more. The Cooler Master's PSU is probably fine for that, just about. The 9070 XT, you'll get away with the 750. You might be better off with an 850 if you can stretch, but you will get away with it. Try and get one that's ATX 3.1 certified. Thermalright Astria 200 ARGB cooler. I've not heard of that one before, and I've not heard of the case either. Sounds fine though. Like the bare bones of the performance will be fine. If you get the 7500F for cheaper, it's basically the same thing. And I think nowadays, I think 500 gigabytes is not enough for your SSD anymore, realistically, with how big the games are nowadays. We got Harry in the chat. How you doing, friend? How are you doing? Right, good. We can just take the screws out now, is it? There's quite a few screws missing in here, actually. Ba-da-bam-bam-ba-bam. Oh, that one is a completely jaunty angle. There's no screws along the middle, and there's 2 screws along the bottom. See, it just goes to show. You don't actually need to put all the screws into the motherboard. You should, but you don't have to. As evidenced here. There's missing 5 of the motherboard screws. That's alright. What are you going to do? If it works, it works. Crack-a-lackin'. This should hopefully come out now. Yes. Oh, okay. So, what have we got? Oh, nice. It's a Z board. So we got a MSI Z390 Gaming Edge AC. Yeah, I remember the Edge series. They're quite good. A bit of grime on the back. What's the VRM situation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what could that be? Probably 8 plus 2 plus 1. So 8 phase V-core. That'll do. I don't think you won't be able to get any max overclocks on anything, but it'll do. Probably an 8 plus 2 plus 1. You have another 500 gig SSD. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. It's a bit annoying, but if that works, it works. You know, in this market, it's difficult, right? Your 9070 XT is going to be amazing. That'll be fine for several years. It's a really good GPU. I think you'll be really happy with it. 1440p, even 4K you can do on that, and it'll last you ages. I'm really impressed with the Radeons. This generation, the 9000s, the Radeons are very good. I wasn't a big fan of the 7000, apart from the 7800 XT, and I really didn't like the 6000 series, apart from the 6600. But this one, like, you got the 9060 XT 16 gig, the 9070, and the 9070 XT, all pretty nice actually. So I think they have improved a lot, the AMD. So I'm happy with them. Okie dokie. Oh god, this thing is awful. It's actually got an optical drive in it as well. Look at that. Still driver issues, do they? See, I thought they fixed all their driver issues by now, because that was the main problem I had with the 5000 series and the 6000 series, was the bad drivers. Today, but I don't daily drive a Radeon card, so I don't know. But that said, like, I've never had problems with drivers apart from the 5700 XT, which I had a few years ago. Apart from that, I've never actually had one that's gone wrong because of drivers. So, what can you say? Pretty good cable management in the back here, actually. Kudos. Be careful cutting this. Although I probably would have put the cables down like this channel, because then it would be away from the routing holes, but that's nitpicking, right? Yeah, so, yeah, you're probably right, Pilo. And older games, I think that NVIDIA does better with older games, doesn't it? And the sad reality is, if I was a very serious competitive gamer, I would just get NVIDIA, to be honest. You're going to... As good as the Radeons are now, I think if you're a really high-level player, you're still going to want an NVIDIA, honestly. Oh, is that true? Yeah, see, I don't interact that many people with racing sims, but when I have sold a few racing sim rigs to people, and I've always given them NVIDIA, because I've heard a similar thing to you, is that NVIDIAs just are better for that kind of game. So... it's good to know that my decision was vindicated, I suppose. I bought any kind of simulator game, apart from Flight Sim, I would usually recommend people get NVIDIA. And if you're a super serious player, you're for a little bit of a sweaty boy, yeah, you're going to want NVIDIA. Let's be real here. What are the specs on that laptop? My laptop? Oh, it's just a gigabyte one. I can't remember what it is. It's got a 4070 laptop in it, and what's it got? It's got an i7 of some kind. But I just got it because it's got the NVENC chip in it. I can do a little bit of video editing on the go, or I can use it for the live streams. Costs about £1,000. This served me pretty well so far. Like always with any laptop, I completely wiped and reinstalled Windows as soon as I got it, because of course I did. Just undoing all these cable ties. Ugh, come on. Come on. I'm trying to do it without also inadvertently cutting a cable as well, so it's taking me a little minute. Jesus, this one is really tightly done. I'll find like there we go. I'll find a little crevice, haven't you? Get in there. Yeah. Why does your PC shut down randomly when you're doing nothing? Most of the time, no issues. Oh, well, it could be many things. I mean, if it just literally black screen off, no power, and the whole thing turns off, then it's probably power supply. It's either power supply, overheating, motherboard, CPU. It could be loads of different things. I mean, that's the benefit of a repair shop, isn't it? They've got spares to test with. Usually that kind of thing, the first things I'd be looking at is overheating and power supply. But that's not to say that those would definitely be the case. It just seems the most likely. Yeah, so Shub, I agree with you there, really. Yeah. What do you think? Should we take this hard drive out or no? I mean, he told me that it's a bit toast, but I think it will be fine. Should we just take it out? What is it? Oh, it's a 2 terabyte. We should definitely try and recycle that into the new build then. I thought it said 200 gigabytes for a second. No, I think we should try and keep this. Now, how does this mounting system work then? Have to slide it? Ugh. It's got like a cap on it. Usually you undo the screws from the side, don't you? It looks like it's screwed in, so I'm trying to work out what's up, what's going on with this. This is a weird hard drive cage. Ugh. There's definitely a screw in there. Anyone got any ideas? There's no like point to screw into there. What case? Have we got that Aerocool D520A? A really nice case, and it's £50. It looks really good. It's on offer at Overclockers at the moment. Wait. So I can't pull this because one goes one... Oh, there we go. No, I did it. Just needed brute force. There we go. I've got a Seagate 2 terabyte. Nice. Right. So this all seems to be undone now. That's good. Can snip this last one. It's kind of reminding me why I don't do this anymore, if I'm quite honest. Because I just hate having lots of gross like dust and stuff in here. Like, I don't think this guy's a smoker, and I don't think he's disgusting or anything. It's just having a PC for this long and not really dusting it regularly. It just gives you that kind of smell, which doesn't come across in a YouTube stream. If it has RAM, it costs more than gold. Yeah, well, it has. It looks like it's got 32 gigs of DDR4. So, you know, like overall, this is a good system. And we'll need to use that SATA cable, won't we, for the new one? So we'll do that. Right, getting somewhere now, laddies. Ugh. So we just need to get the CPU power cable through. Seems to be a bit wedged in there. That for just do. It's just one plug that has to come through. Come on! God, they made that clearance tight, didn't they? Oh, there you go. Got it. We will not be reusing the fans because the new case comes with much nicer fans. You need to sleep. See you later, Harry. Look at that. That is disgusting. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's what happens with these cases from the 90s. Like, the exterior of the case used to look like that nice white trim there, but over time it got yellowed. That's why if you buy like a pedestal fan or something, you know, like a cooling fan for your room, never get the white one, always get the black one, because the black one won't yellow. They're just taking the PSU out now. No, so you don't. So I deliberately use scissors to cut cable ties, and you don't want them to be really sharp because when you're cutting a cable tie, you don't want something really sharp because that's what happens is basically you end up chopping through a load of cables as well. Whereas if you use the scissors, because they're kind of blunt, you just apply a little bit of a twist as you're cutting, and then all you do is pop the cable tie without damaging the cables. You don't want to use proper cable cutters, you know, wire cutters, but undoing cable ties most of the time. And the scissors let you kind of get in there underneath, right? I find they're the best. Oh my god, that is gross. I'll bring that up to the camera in a second. Right. Come on. Ugh. My Linus mouse pad is full of dust now. Should have done this outside. Okay. We're getting there, boys. Should have worn a mask. I'm gonna get ill now. Show me the money. The power supply out now? Yes, good. Right, let's hock the sides of this back on. Oh, there's some real caked in dirt in there, honestly. Grim. My black gloves are now grey. Grody. Right, I think I can move this now, get this out of the way. This is going straight to the bin, so I'm not going to clean it, there's no point. And before you ask, I have the IO shield in my hands, okay? I haven't forgotten it. Right, this power supply is a bit caked up, not in a good way. I think we will go and clean that and clean the GPU and probably the motherboard as well. Look at all this crap on here now. Absolute travesty. I'm gonna have to give that a little hoover, I think. Right, loud noise warning. You're gonna have to put this in. Ah, that's much better. Just hoovering up the table with all the gooch on it. Marvellous. So let's go and clean that power supply. I think we'll blow its back doors out outside, I think, because otherwise it's just going to get real gross in here. Let's see if I can swap my camera angle so you guys can actually see that. Okay, so if we swap to that view, yes, there we go. Oh my god, the highly technical stream. And then we have the old reliable Compua cleaner. It's got to plug it in. a bit cleaner, give it a go with some isopropyl in a minute. Dr. Steo, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying the view of my porch. Let's see if we can give it a little these. There we go. Why didn't you just clean the PSU before? Good idea. In this economy, yeah, thankfully, people still get unwell regardless of the economy, so we've got plenty of work. Anyone's my attachment is built. I'm hoping the noise suppression is working for the stream because that is absolutely deafening. So loud, Jesus. Right, anything else? I think the RAM looks pretty clean. Yeah, I think the noise suppression is working on the stream, thankfully. Yeah, I got this as well. So this one it's for a local guy where I'm just taking some parts from his old PC, transplanting them so he can then sell it on to his friend after that. I think I don't need to clean anything else. I think that's it. Oh, right, back to top down, there we go. Okay. Yeah, one funny thing I noticed is that this actually still has the little stickers on it that people always forget to take these off. But it's actually going to look like pretty nice and new now. I'm just amazed. These stickers, like, they stay on for years. Hell yeah. I think the PSU had the sticker on the fan still as well. Oh, it looks good as new now, this power supply. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's just this sticky bit. It's caked on, I tell you. It has lots of gooch in it. What can I say? I don't want to take my gloves off though. Oh. This is like when I'm trying to place like an IV line at work. It's like, I know it would be a lot easier for me to feel the vein with my gloves off. But if I do it with my gloves off, I know for sure I'm going to get blood all over my hands. So we're going to persevere. There we go. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, beautiful. I didn't see your question there about your 5070 Ti. Paste it again below and we'll have a look. But if it's a question about whether that's a good combo, I mean, you need to tell me what your use case is, right? Because, you know, 5700X with a 5070 Ti, if you're playing CPU-bound games, is a bit silly. If you're playing GPU-bound games, 4K or whatever, then it makes sense, right? So it depends. It really does depend on what you're doing, what your goals are. It is mismatched, but what are you going to do? Like, it's still going to work. Yeah, exactly. That's what, like Desteo says, you can just wait for the RAM to settle down and then get yourself onto AM5 after that. Or if Intel come out with something good end of this year, maybe that as well, instead even. Nice. I actually didn't need too much cleaning apart from that dusting, which is good. So let's have a look and see what CPU we've got. Is the RTX 5090 tough good with a 9800X 3D? You just asked me, like, are the two best GPUs good? GPUs. Are the two best components good? Oh, yes. Right, we need to get that backplate off. Although we could probably just use this backplate with the new cooler. I think we'll just leave it on. So Joe, I love the 7800X 3D and 9070 XT combo. If you can get past the RAM stuff, that is one of my favorite combos actually, in terms of value for money. Oh. All right, so who wants to see what CPU we're working with? I do. Oh, I just nearly dropped my key light. Oops. Now you play League, VOW, and Dead by Daylight. You're gonna get a 5070 Ti for now and get your monitor afterwards. No, it won't be unplayable. I mean, the thing is, the thing you're gonna have in during those games is your GPU usage is probably just gonna sit at like 50% most of the time. Let's be honest. But it's not like having an imbalanced system means it's not going to work. It just means that you're not getting the most out of the money that you spent. So it's up to you. Well, what's the limitation with your current GPU? Because if you play those games at 1080p, I don't know if there's any point buying a new GPU, to be honest, because I don't know how much more you're going to gain. But if you want to do it, go for it. It's just, I think the 70 Ti is gone up a lot in price now, to the point where it's not particularly as appetizing as it used to be. I'd usually recommend people get 9070 XT now in that performance class. You bit the bullet and spent $230 on 32 gigs of ADI. That's a good price now, you know, man. Are you sure it was definitely ADI? It must be if it was 6800 actually. That's nice. So if you're going to go for AMD system though, you definitely want to back that off to 6000 and then sort the tunings out, because if you run that 6800 megahertz on a Ryzen, your memory clock is going to be at 2:1. It's not going to be as good as putting it down to 6000 most of the time. Unless you've got a god bin CPU, you're not going to get 6800 in 1:1 mode. It's an RX 570. Oh, well, in that case, yeah, you may want to just get a GPU upgrade. You could do either, really. In your case, you could go either way, but if you want to get a 5070 Ti, then go for it. 6000 C28. That's exactly what I would do. That is perfect. 1-to-1, absolutely. That's exactly what I would have done. I think you've done very well there. Okay. Clean this CPU and see what CPU we're working with. He told me he thinks it's a 9700K, which will get the job done. With a 2080 Super, I think that's a pretty good pairing. CUDA support would help you. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, in that case, NVIDIA then, yeah. I mean, the plain 5070 is pretty fairly priced still, at least here in the UK. And your games don't sound like they need a lot of VRAM, but I don't know what your other use cases will need. Right. What have we got? It's a 9700K. Try and tilt it in a way that you can actually read it. You might just have to believe me that it's a 9700K. Pretty good. I don't mind this motherboard either. Looks decent. Yeah, that's good. Well, 230 for that is a good price. It's good. The A die is good RAM. Okay. I'm going to have to go and get the cooler that we're planning to use with this one, which is upstairs. I'm going to get that in a mo. Put the RAM in first. What have we got? So 8, 16, 24, 32 in total, 4x8. And it's DDR4 3000 CL16, which is kind of just bog standard, eh? Oh, this is that weird Corsair RAM that goes this way around. God, it's been a while since I've done a Vengeance on. What were they thinking, putting the Vengeance facing inwards like that? Because now you see all the sticker on that side and not the Vengeance. Yeah, you could definitely get 6200 at 1-to-1 and CL28. It's possible for sure. It depends on the board that you've got and everything, but definitely possible. Well, the thing is, Inda, it does depend on the games. I mean, the games that you described will not even get anywhere close to 12 gigabytes of VRAM. So if you're just going to play those kinds of games, then I wouldn't worry about it. But if you're going to play lots of like new, heavier games, then maybe you do want to worry about the VRAM. Inda, the 5070 Ti is never, ever, ever, ever having a discount. In fact, I shouldn't tell you this, but it is basically end of life. I have it on quite good authority from two places, that it is actually, I mean, Hardware Unboxed weren't lying. It is basically end of life. They're going to be dribbling through like a couple of units like a month into most of the major places, so it's not going down. Oh, fair enough then, Indy. You might want a 16 gig card, but people often overestimate what they need from their VRAM. Like 1440p, most of the time, 12 gigabytes is more than enough. But there are a few cases where it's not. There's a few specific games where it does exceed the VRAM, but you do have to put everything on ultra, so you can easily get around it. So I don't know. I quite like the 5070 actually. In the current market, I think it's pretty good. Obviously, the 9070 is a similar price as well, so that's another one to consider. But yeah, I think Desteo's right here. It's not worth it, right? I can't fathom paying $1,000 for 5070 Ti. So I just don't think it's worth that. Like, it was okay when it was like 650 to 675, maybe even £700. Like, it was kind of, you could consider it. It was all right. But I don't know. I just don't feel like the value's there anymore. If you have two 8GB 3200 and you want to increase to 32GB, I think it'd be bad to have 4x8. No, not on DDR4. You'll be fine on DDR4. Actually, even on DDR5, you can still get away with 4 sticks. It's just less reliable. But I've done it earlier today. I built a PC earlier with 4 sticks of DDR5, and it was 64GB in total, and it ran at the Expo profile fine, so I wouldn't worry at all. So 4 sticks is good for most. The problem you have with 4 sticks, especially on DDR5, is if you're exceeding 64GB, it's hard for the motherboard to get it stable. But DDR4 is a bit more forgiving for that. So yeah, I agree with Desteo here. I mean, Desteo is another builder like me, and he knows. Like, the 5070 is like the only one that is fair. Maybe the 9070 XT, if it's around the £600 mark, is pretty fair as well. But everything else seems to be getting a bit worse. Yeah, so 9070 XT 560 is good. I got them at 940, so you know, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if it's 5070 for 500 versus 9070 XT for 540, then the choice is clear, isn't it? Right. I'm gonna go and get the cooler. I think we can just reuse this backplate, right? I don't think there's anything special about the Thermalright backplate that will come with this liquid cooler, so we'll just do that. It feels like it's stuck on the back anyway, so don't know if I'd even get it off if I wanted to. Oh, did you hear they're going to decrease the Radeons? That's really interesting. I think well, if that happens, it's going to change it a lot. I mean, I'll let you guys in on a little secret, is that on PC36 this week, most of my 5070 Ti listings will be changed to 9070 XTs because the pricing is just crazy. And the 9070 XT is pretty popular, you know. Surprisingly popular for a Radeon. It's just the value isn't there anymore, and it's a shame because the 5070 Ti was one of my best sellers, like in terms of PC builds. I got so many orders for 5070 Ti builds, and everyone loved it. They said it was amazing performance. And for me, I'd say that the 5070 Ti is the maximum performance that most people are actually going to need day to day. So difficult. So AricNet, no, 3200 should run on 4 sticks, no problem at all. 3200 is not a high speed for DDR4, so you'll be fine. But you can put it down if it's not stable, but I really think it's going to be fine. I can't ever recall having a problem with 3200 running 4 sticks. Yeah, if you want to run some Samsung B-Die and run it at like 4000 C18 or whatever, then you'll have more trouble with 4 sticks, but on your case you'll be fine. So I picked up this Thermalright Aqua Elite, right, for £33 on Amazon. That is utterly ridiculous price, so cheap. So we're going to use that. $5070 is easier to sell as a builder. Well, you would actually, do you know what? The 5070 builds don't sell that quickly. I think because people put it into YouTube to see if it's any good and then see people dunking on it, but without the nuance that it's mainly being dunked on because of the VRAM. And it depends on your use case whether that 12 gigabytes is going to be bad or not, isn't it? You have a 10400F. Oh, you got the, yeah, so some DIMMs were single and some were dual, weren't they? I mean, I think if you run 4 sticks and they're all single, that's actually quite good, isn't it? But mixing them is difficult like that. You won't know until you try it. Okay, so let's get the. So this will be LGA 1151, right? For 9700. Pretty sure. Or 115X, isn't it? 115 something. It's not 1200 because that was the 10, wasn't it? 10 and 11 series. It's got to be LGA 1151. Oh, don't tell me they don't give you an. Oh my god, I'm gonna go crazy. They said on the thing that they would give me it gives you 1151. Do you reckon it's the same? Yeah, oh, we go 115X, perfect. No, that's fine. I thought it was the same as 1200. With RAM being high, you can say, yeah, you can. Like, for instance, this cooler is £33. The case we're going to use is £50. I bought 6 B650 Asus Tough motherboards for £99 each. So I think things will have to compensate, won't they? Oh, I'm going to have to take that backplate off because this comes with sticky through ones, doesn't it? Oh, it's got the adhesive on it. Oh my god, I hate these. It feels so wrong. Ugh. There you go. Yeah. Milan Dota. Yes, I did see the Vida Elegance cases for £40 and I bought 2 of them. I think we will see a trend of optimization, particularly if they release the Steam machine. Although we don't know if that's actually going to happen now, but or what the circumstances are going to be around that. But what do you think about 4070 Ti Super 16 gig? I mean, it's good, but everything like that, you have to contextualize it with the price that you paid, right? Like, it's no good saying, is this GPU good or bad? Because you can't say that in a vacuum. You can only tell based on context, isn't it? What are the most reliable reseller for PC parts? Pretty much any of the ones that are on PC Part Picker are fine. If I'm going to use a retailer, it's usually Amazon, Scan, or Overclockers most of the time. But I get a lot of stuff pre-retail, so difficult to give that advice. But yeah, they've confirmed it, but is it going to be like a paper launch? Is what I'm thinking. Like they're going to release a few at that price, and then not any after that. I don't know, because they don't want to make a loss on them, do they? Presumably, because you're not locked into the Steam ecosystem. Because you could just install another OS, right? It's all right, Philo. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it as always. All right, so we'll need the plate Intel. What's the arrow on this? Oh, I forgot about thermal. Thermalright's very dry paste. Do you buy from Curry's? If they've got a good deal. I picked up a 5070 for $499 and a 5080 for $999 recently. Depends what the deal is. I just get whatever's got the best deal, as long as they're not some horrible retailer that doesn't actually deliver what they say. I've no problem using Curry's. They accepted my return for bad coil wine, so I mean, that's something. They don't all do that. The unfortunate thing about some of these coolers is if you put a logo, an asymmetric logo like Thermalright has, like this, it doesn't give you the freedom to put the tubes that way, because otherwise then the logo will be upside down. So difficult. Not that this has not got any text on it, but it's just, it would be nice to have them so that you could like spin them round. So we could put it that way, or we could put it the other way up with the upside down logo. I'm thinking we'll do it the right way up. We can always move it if we don't like it. It also means I don't have to take the fans off the radiator as well. The bonus. Nowhere says, I have a 3050 and i5 12400F. I have a budget of 500 bucko, and what should I upgrade for max performance? Play competitive titles like Warzone and PUBG, but you still want to stay on LJ 1700. Yeah, that's good to stay on 1700. It's the GPU that's holding you back there most likely, so I think, I don't know, probably the difficulty you have is if you want to get a meaningful GPU upgrade, you're not going to have very much money left for CPU, so I'd just dump that all into GPU. And then maybe if you've only got 16 gigs of RAM, go to 32. But if you've already got 32 gigs, leave it and just put it all into the GPU, providing you've got a power supply that can handle the new GPU. I think you're going to be looking at a 9060 XT 16 gig. And then if your power supply is like less than 550 watts, then you'll need a new power supply for that realistically. You get away with a 500 just about with that, I think, if you really needed to save the money. If there's any RTX 5070s for that price, that would be good as well. But I don't think the US has the best pricing at the moment, does it? The alternative GPU is obviously going for the used market. Like, you could get some better bang for buck there as well, so worth thinking about. And I'm not really an expert on the used market, so I couldn't tell you with confidence what to get. But like a 7800 XT could be pretty good. What else? I don't know. Yeah. Thanks for the sub, EMAC. All right, so cooler is on. So we'll just do a little crisscross tighten down. Yeah, 650, you're all good then. As long as it's a decent enough unit, you'll be golden. 9060 XT, 5060 Ti 16 if you go new, or used 7800 XT, or 4070 Ti maybe. Enjoy your business, Philo. Thanks for dropping by the stream. Okay, so that's feeling good and tight. And we can put our SSD in now. Luckily, because he used the standoff as a screw, I've actually got the standoff to use, which is quite nice. So we'll pop that in. Now I don't know, these must be PCIe 3. There's no way they had PCIe 4 on the 9000, right? I think. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Right, so we can put his SSD in. So this is, oh, it's a 2 terabyte Kingston Fury Renegade. This is a really nice drive. This is a DRAM buffered PCIe 4. Pretty nice SSD actually. Kudos on the choice. We'll pop that in, and then we just need to get a screw. Do I have, oh, I do have some M2 screws here. Perfect. Always good to have spares. Also got a spare standoff in there as well. Yeah, 7800 XT is good. I don't know what the used pricing is, but I think it should be under 500, shouldn't it? And I built one for my friend with a 7800 XT, and he's still loving it now. It's like 3 years later, so think you'll be all right with that. Nice. All right, so platform is basically ready. We can go grab the case and put it together. Now, normally I would test this outside on a box, but he told me it was working, so I'm going to trust him. I'm going to mount it in the case, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the baton. I don't know if 650 watts would be enough for a 7800 XT. I don't know. Although at least we know the 12400F it doesn't use much power, so that's good at least. I'll plug in some of these cables from the pump head as well while I'm here. Pump fan. Oh, it's got a PWM pump. How nice. Now, hopefully this has ARGB header on it. It does! It has the J rainbow. Oh, beautiful. But it is at the... I think it's only at the bottom, so we'll feed that round later. What am I using my own build? I've got a Fractal Terror, which is strapped underneath my desk, so I can't even see it. It's got 7800 X3D and a 4080 Super. And it's no signs of slowing down. It's running an ultra wide, 1440 ultra wide. Edits the videos that I need to do. No need for me to upgrade at the moment. You managed to score a 6750 XT for £160. That is a good pickup, man. Ah, Dota Personal. Thanks for the tips, actually. That sounds good, man. I would have thought it would be under 400 because it was around 500, wasn't it, when it was actually current, if I remember correctly. So that seems about right, about 20% off the price, and then allow for the new crappy market. Right, I'm gonna go and grab the case now. This case was an absolute bargain, by the way. It's really nice. Aerocool D520A on Overclockers UK, £50, and you can get free delivery with a PC part picker code as well. So this is like the best value case, ATX case out at the moment, I think. Just unboxing it so I can bring it over. Oh, it's got that horrible brittle foam in it. Why do they use this shit? It always snaps when you take it out the box, dude. At least it's a local sale. I hate that brittle polystyrene they use for the case. I much prefer the soft, gummy stuff because it doesn't snap. Okay. Not going to really appreciate it much from this angle, but so the top's got this nice like ridged pattern, similar on the front. So it comes with these fans and everything. Got a nice like ridged front there, nice front design, big glass side, little curvy bit there. It's just a really good case overall. We'll obviously do it once it's built. We'll do it from a different angle so you can see it, but yeah. So let's just shell this. If you plug your PC to a 5-meter power cord. Do you know what? I don't know. I've never used a power cord that long, so I couldn't tell you. What on earth is going on with this? Oh, you can go back in there, I guess. Hello, 3 bloggity dog Lego. How's it going, my friend? So, oh, this is like a... Remember it having those screws on the back before? No, it doesn't. There we go, just put it off. It's one of those back connect compatible ones. There seems to be enough. Harron, we've got like a used system, 2080 Super i7 9700K. That's what we're doing at the moment. Doing a little, it's basically just a recase job for a customer that already bought a different computer. He's going to sell this one to his friend. Annoyed you didn't get a case for the 5.25 drive bay. An optical drive is useful. Well, maybe to like 0.5% of the population. But I think the overwhelming majority of people will not use an optical drive. So I don't think it's fair for the whole case industry to be held back just for a very small number of people like that. But it's always good for people to have an option if that's what they want to use, obviously. But I don't think that it should be a general. I haven't used an optical drive in years. And if you really, like on the rare occasion that you use one, you just plug it in with a USB. But it's very rare to need it, truth be told. Okay. Right, pop the power supply in. Where is it? Put it down somewhere. There it is. It's got a good power supply, this TX750M. This will be fine. Wouldn't normally install it this way, it's just for the benefit of the camera that you can see what I'm doing. It's really early in the morning. Where are you, Australia? Throw another bloody chip on a Barbie. "36 viewers have clicked on a thumbnail with a disgusting yellow plastic PC case." Well, I don't think I'll ever understand YouTube, but I appreciate the company. Okay. Where's the CPU cable? Where have you gone? Marvelous. G'day. G'day to the bloody Aussies. Maybe that's why I got so many bloody people watching the stream, innit? Got a load of bloody flaming drongos. Should I get away with putting it through that? I'll put it through the top one. I'll be a good boy. Be a good boy and put it through the top one. What was the case he was using? Yeah, clapped is the right word. Clapped is absolutely the right word. Some NZXT abomination. Okay. Let's try and illuminate that a little bit better. It's going to move the key light up. There we go. All right. Right, where's that I/O shield before I forget? Because I will forget if I don't do it now. God, I hate these things. You got a Blu-ray and a 3.5 diskette drive. That's good for the 3 people in the world that use it. It's amazing. And isn't that the beauty of custom computers? Is that you can make it however you want. So if you know you want an optical drive, then obviously you do a PC that has that capability. If you don't need it, then you don't need to do it. That's what's so good about PC, right? You make it how you want it. can check all the holes are filled for the... Yeah, it is. Good. For the standoffs. Looks like we're in. Just got to line it up. Line them up and knock them down. Heck yeah. Right, where are the screws for this case? Have I forgotten to undo them from somewhere? Oh, well, they're in that bag, weren't they? Go on. It was a bit of a sleeper build. Well, don't know about sleeper build. I think maybe comatose build would probably be a bit more accurate. Ba 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 dee 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 boo. I've got all my entertainment on a NAS. And when I say entertainment, it means exactly what you think it means, with tentacles. Kind of therapeutic, actually, putting these screws in. What's the best AIO so far with 0 failures? Well, I'll be honest. How long have we been selling PCs now? 6 years? 5 or 6 years? Only ever had one actually fail in that time period, so they're all pretty reliable nowadays. They do tend to last a long time. But on technically, you're better off with an air cooler, because even if the fan breaks, it will still be offering some kind of passive cooling, so it's not going to cause any problems. But nowadays, let's say your liquid cooler pump breaks, your PC is just going to turn itself off before any damage happens, so you'll know about it at that point. So I think you're just free to do whatever you want with your cooling. The only caveat to that is if I sell PCs to businesses, I tend to go for air coolers just because the reliability factor is more important in that kind of situation. But if it's just a personal computer, then it doesn't really matter. They've all got built-in protections now, so you'll do well to break it, basically. You'll have to really be trying to push the envelope on it to get it to actually break. But in terms of what the best AIO is, I think it's that Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 seems to be the best one in terms of like the cooling and the price all balanced up. Some people don't like the look of it, which is fair enough. But overall, it's a nice one. Okay. You bought a PC for 300 AUD. Isn't that like £4.50 or something in British money? Recently had USB overcurrent protection. Well, to be honest, very cheap PC. So that comes with the territory sometimes, eh? Unlucky though, unlucky. I think, like, isn't it a Tesco meal deal, like 300 AUD? And the things I've done for a Tesco meal deal, I tell you. Bad, bad memories. Well, these have got some short cables on them. I tried to put the cables through before mounting this, because otherwise you're having to like reach your fingers like all the way up the back here. And I usually save that for date night with your mum, so the less fingering I can do now, the more stamina I'll have later. Right, where are my fixation screws for that there liquid cooler? So if you're installing an AIO, I mean, this is my preferred way of doing it. Mount it to the board first, plug the cables in, and then stuff the excess cabling through the back, and then at the end, mount the actual radiator. And this is the way that I've done it. It's not wrong to do it the other way, but yeah. What's your opinion on liquid cooling versus air? I mean, nowadays it's more of an aesthetics thing, because the liquid coolers are pretty reliable, and you get a lot of good cooling from a good tower cooler now, especially if you get an 8 heat pipe one. You can cool basically anything with it. So it comes down to personal choice, really. The air cooler is going to be more reliable. You'll get more cooling out of a liquid cooler. But whether that actually affects your performance day to day is another matter, isn't it? Depends on the power draw of your CPU that you've chosen. You know, if you're using under 200 watt CPU, you could definitely get away with a tower air cooler. At least you have to get a dual tower with 8 heat pipes, but you'll still get away with it. If you want to overclock and stuff, then if you want to overclock, then you want to get liquid. Are people against liquid? I don't really know. I don't think... Do people have strong opinions about that? If they do, that's news to me. I think it's just whatever you want, isn't it? Some people just like the look of the liquid cooler more. That's a perfectly valid reason to go for liquid cooling, isn't it? End of the day. And why do you think we have all these like RGB cases? It's because they look good, not because it's needed. So I think people can just crack on and do what they want. Problem with air coolers, they're huge. Well, it depends. Some people like that look, you know. Like, I kind of dig the big air cooler look sometimes. If you get a nice looking air cooler. It depends on preference, as always, with these kind of luxury items, like PCs. So, the unfortunate thing with the liquid coolers, right? I much prefer when they have an option to have the tubes coming out the bottom, because I think that would just look a lot nicer in this case. It'd be more of like a straight line here. We could put the pump the other way around, but then the logo's upside down, and sometimes it's going to be slightly too short, so you end up with a problem in the other direction. So I think we just have to accept it's an imperfect solution. We've got this huge Thermalright dual fan air cooler for £18. 80, which one's that? 18? They're usually around the sort of the £30 mark, aren't they? 30 to 35 quid. Okay. Let's start plugging in some cables. I want one of those AIOs with a screen. Well, I've just finished a 5090 and 9850X3D build, like literally this afternoon, with the NZXT one, and the NZXTs do have the nicest LCD on them, and actually good software, so I can say that they're good, but the price is often very high. Oh, the Assassin X is a single tower cooler, not a dual, I'm pretty sure. Alright, where's the USB 3? Is there a USB 3 on the bottom of this? No, just on the side. Do it on the side. And what else? This one's got a USB-C, but this won't have internal USB-C header, so we won't use it. And then we've got HD audio that can go through the far side. Lovely. And next cable will be the power cable. Oh, nice, just a single power switch. That is what I like to see. That can go through. And then we'll need the RGB stuff to get all the way down there. How are we going to get that all the way down? Oh, you got one on each side. Oh, really? I've only ever seen them with one fan. Yeah. Like the old Arctic Esports Duo, if anyone remembers that one. That's a classic. Throwback. Okay. I'm hoping all these RGB cables are going to stay together. My rage with ARGB plugs knows no bounds, because it's a terrible, terrible design for a plug. 3 flimsy little pins that you have to line up perfectly is a bit silly. All right. So we've got to just pop through some of the other cables. Where's the rainbow on this one? It's in that corner, isn't it? The J rainbow. And we can put this through here as well. Go through this one. So I just like to put all of the cables through. And then do them all at once. Actually, where do the 3.5 inch drives go on here? I think on the top somewhere. I'll work it out. Okay, give it the old Tiptronic. Start plugging stuff in. We've actually got a few bent pins on these headers, somehow. You've never heard of a 12-volt 4-pin RGB connector. That's because you are too young. Because that was before ARGB. That was just plain RGB, wasn't it? That only let you do a single color. You couldn't do rainbow and stuff. Jungle Leopard have started selling coolers. Oh yeah. Oh nice. I've heard of them. They were AliExpress, right? I think some of their stuff looked quite good, like in terms of aesthetics. So worth checking out. I'll have a look in a bit. Yeah. Come on. God, it's a bit tight on the cabling. There we go. And we've got front panel power. USB 3 can go there. And we also need motherboard power. So let's get. We're using AIO. If you got really bad luck and you get a leak, who's going to pay if the Mobo gets screwed? Yeah, it's a really good question. Technically, the warranty from the AIO should cover it, but in real life, I think I would just say good luck. wondering if you heard about putting 1 fan intake and 2 fans exhaust to the top. Honestly, you're overthinking it. You're really overthinking it. Most people that think about this question, if you just took those fans completely out of their PC and didn't tell them, they wouldn't notice any difference. There is, so I wouldn't put it, basically at the top, I would put a case like this. Zoom out. The argument is that if you put a fan here as exhaust, that you're just going to get a circulation of air that goes like this, right? Which makes sense. But the idea of having 1 intake here and then 2 exhaust here, you're really overthinking it. It just doesn't matter that much. Like, if you've got an air-cooled system, 1 on the back, maybe 1 in the top if you really wanted to, but 1 on the back is going to be fine. If you are into like extreme overclocking, especially if you're into RAM overclocking, you actually want to run all of these as intake. Get cool air going direct onto your RAM and your VRMs. So it just depends. But I think most people you're really overthinking it. Most people overthink cooling so much. You don't need anything fancy. You just need it to be good enough. Unless you have a specialist need like overclocking. Okay. Oh. That's looking good. That's looking good. And we can sort some cables out. I'm going to see if I can work out how to put the HDD on here. I would assume it would go sideways along this. So that's what I'm going to try. And the liquid inside liquid coolers is non-conductive. That is correct. But just because it's non-conductive doesn't mean you can use the PC while it's still wet. You still need to dry it off to prevent rust, because the rust is conductive. Right, hard drive. So I think you'd put the hard drive on like this and secure it from the bottom. Oh no, wait, you'd have to do it. You'd have to do it like this, wouldn't you? Surely. And then you can affix it onto this. So it'd go like that, surely. What do you think? Here, in this position, or over there on that position? This seems to be more out of the way, doesn't it? Still enough room for everything else. I can put it in there. Okay. So you usually need the round-headed screws for this. Maybe you can't put a 3.5 on that then. I guess you can't, right? The whole spacing is for 2.5, so it's not going to, surely not going to line up. No, it's too narrow. Doesn't work in any direction. So it must have to go, oh, it goes directly on the bottom of the case here, maybe. Oh, it's a bit naff, oh well. So I guess it has to go down there. So I'm going to need these rubber stoppers. Honestly, I hate installing 3.5-inch drives when they're like this. So annoying. This is when we find out the hard drive's just dead the whole time. That would suck. That would suck big time. Oh, find that other rubber bung piece now. There it is. Oh, my abs are so toasted at the moment. Don't know if it fits in a new case. If it says it does, it does. It's just often in a bit of a janky place. What case have you got? If I know it, I can help you. Can't promise that I'll know it then. All right then. Thank you. See, watch joys all over it. 28 Super, 9700K. We are almost done, actually, rehousing it. We're just putting this 3.5-inch drive in this tiny little crevice down here. That is tight. So it doesn't fit that, so it must have to go backwards. This is a freaking weird way to mount a 3.5-inch, tell you. Maybe it goes like that? That way? Oh, I'm all confused now. Yeah, it must have to go that way. Oh. You know what would help here? Reading the instructions. But I don't like to do that. I like to use my brains. Do as I say, not as I do, kids. So it must go in sideways. Yeah, there we go, baby. It's in. Oh, that is glorious. Any issue with it being mounted direct to the bottom of the case like this? I don't know if it's going to make horrible vibration sounds. Watch you. So how? What do you mean House of Fraser? They don't sell computer parts, do they? I've never heard of House of Fraser selling computer electronics. Does House of Fraser even still exist anymore? God, I haven't heard that shop mentioned in so long. I assume they just went bust. Right, put this back before I forget. House of Fraser, oh my God. Blast from the past. "42 people have clicked on a yellowing PC case. Questionable comedy value. But a community with a heart of gold." And that's what it's all about, boys. Do you think BTF motherboards are a gimmick? I kind of do, actually. I mean, unless it's not popular, is it? And it does have its limitations. So I don't know. It is a bit of a gimmick, isn't it? Let's be real. The case companies probably like it. It reduces the shipping weight of all their cases, so they're probably very chuffed. Where's the other case fan cable for this? They took over eBuyer, did they? I was wondering what happened to eBuyer. Haven't heard from them in a while. I thought they just went bust because they're just a bit naff. Clearly not. Now I'm a little bit confused what I've done with this other cable now. I appear to be missing a fan cable. But how? Oh, did I put one there? One there? Nani? House of Fraser took over eBuy. The things I learn on this stream, honestly. Oh, there's the cable. How did I not hear about that? I know Chill Blast bought CCL or something along those lines a while ago. Getting rid of all the old stock. Yeah, must be liquidating them, right? I never thought of House of Fraser as doing electronics, so makes sense what you're saying. Right, what can we do next? Put the GPU cables ready, can't we? Do you think they'll try and relaunch eBuyer? eBuyer were a little bit odd. Like, sometimes they had good deals and sometimes they didn't, and their website was a little bit strange. So I don't know. That was really stupid. Why did I do that? Oh well. After noticing eBuy didn't have any cheap RAM. I think the notion of cheap RAM is a pipe dream, guys. I don't think you're ever going to find it. Anyone that's got it, unless you find some idiot that doesn't know what they've got, I can't see it being fruitful for you. This goddamn cable to come up through here now. Apparently now they're just selling random bad stuff. All right. That doesn't sound very good. Bought a lot of stuff from them during COVID. I had loads. Okay. We can put in the GPU now. This is the 2080 Super, just going back in. Hard to see. Hell yeah. They're selling a lot of stuff at a loss and went bust. That sounds like a good way to go bust. Okay, so that was ostensibly that is in. That's good. Gotta go see a brick boy. Enjoy the day that lies ahead for you, sunshine. Let's put that anti-sag back in as well. Okay. COVID, they peaked. Well, not surprised, yeah. Yeah, I spent a lot of money with them during COVID. Tens of thousands. Those are some good times for my business, I tell you. If I could do that kind of revenue now, I'd be laughing. These anti-sag systems are the worst ones. The side-mounted ones like this. You're much better off with just. Oh my god. You're much better off with just a bar thing, right? Just a regular old bar. Low tech, but works. And it's cheap as well, that those bars are only like £4. I don't know how much this does, to be honest, but we'll put it on. Because it says true gaming on it, so you have to put it on, otherwise how would you know it's gaming? Beep it, beep it, beat it, boo. Alright, put the power in. Give it one of these. God damn, 6 plus 2. There we go. Give it a little zippity. Give it a little cable tie. Zip. Heck yeah. Cable management time now. Is it better to place the GPU horizontally or vertically? Oh, horizontally, 100%. You don't have to use a riser piece then. Removes one point of failure, or potential point of failure from the system, right? But if you want it to look nice, have it vertical and everything, oh, that's fine as well. But there is that trade-off. Oh, these gloves have done their time, haven't they? They've seen some things, man. Things you couldn't even imagine. Right, where's that Velcro thing? Where's my bit of Velcro? There. Oh no, it's not. That's from something else. Oh, where is it gone? Don't be a dillweed. Oh, whatever. Yeah. What's the maintenance for liquid cooling? Well, most AIOs aren't user serviceable, so there is no maintenance apart from cleaning, like you would do with the rest of your system. Okay, we're cooking with gas. We're nearly done. Where are my scissors? Anyone that watches this stream knows that I always lose the scissors. Where have I put them? Got them. Got them. Just trim these. And trim that one on the front as well. It looks pretty nice, actually. You could maybe move that liquid cooler over to the side a bit, straighten that tube out, but then it wouldn't be central anymore, so I don't know. We'll do it. We'll do it. Beautiful. Shallst we put the panels back on, or is that bad luck? I often have disagreements about putting the panels back on. Apparently it brings bad luck. I think it just shows my confidence. Rawr. Nearly done, boys. Nearly done. Really, all we got to do is boot it. Looking good. Looking pretty tasty, actually, if I do say so myself. All right, I'm going to do a quick tidy up on this desk. Then we are going to boot it up from a different camera angle so that you can actually appreciate the PC a bit more. And then we'll wrap the stream up in probably about 15 minutes. Just a little short, sharp stream Sunday evening. It is just after 8 PM here, so things to do, people to bang, you know how it is. Okay. Get up, stand up for your rights. Don't know why I thought of that song, but it's a banger. Just getting the other camera ready so that we can see it in all of its glory. right then, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. Ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What a tune. What a tune. Right, swap camera angles. There we go. There it is, people. The end result. Hopefully that's satisfied your YouTube holes for this evening. Let's boot it up. Come on. Yes, have some of that. It's on some kind of breathing mode, but we'll sort that out later. Hey, this looks pretty decent. Not bad for a case that only costs £50, right? I can't think of a case that looks nicer than this and has all these features for 50 quid. Pretty dang sweet indeed. And thank you for all the recent subscriptions from the boys. Much appreciated. And we do indeed have a post. I'm always curious to know, like, does anybody actually have a breathing mode on their PC, like personally at home? Because that would drive me absolutely bonkers if I had that breathing like that all day. It's part of the reason why I don't have any RGB in my PC. What are you going to do? All right then. What do we think of this build, guys? Come on, I think it looks pretty sweet. His OS isn't loading or whatever, so we'll reinstall Windows and everything. Probably do that off stream, but I think this looks pretty great. I'll take the camera off the tripod, go for a little fly-through tour. So we've got those 3 front fans, we've got one on the back. Got the 2 on the liquid cooler up there. Quite like this Aqua Elite design, not bad for a £35 cooler. Got a bit of RGB on the gaming trio. Not too shabby. Looks pretty clean and cabled up pretty well, so I think he will be pretty happy with it. Alright boys, I'm going to end the stream there I think, so if there's any other questions or anything else, please let me know. And yes, exactly, Average Detailer, you'll have, everyone should be hitting the like button, subscribe button, notification bell for more streams. I try to do them most Sundays. It ends up usually being every 2 Sundays, so we'll probably have another one in 2 weeks time, most likely. It does depend on how many orders I get through the website. If I get a lot of orders, I'll just do a stream most Sundays, but at the moment the market isn't particularly good. February is always a slow month for PC builds, so yeah. Yeah man, this is like a, what, it's 2080 Super? i7 9700K? I mean, you're still going to get really good gaming on that. You know, 1080p, no problem. 1440 would be fine as well. You don't need the latest stuff. It really is not necessary. It's nice to have, obviously, but by no means is it necessary. Oh, Gary, love to hear it. Nice PC building Sunday. What more could you want? What more could you want? All right, peeps. I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for joining whilst we did the little refurb. I think the customer's going to be pretty pleased with this. Come out really nice, and like we said, performance is going to be good. 28 Super, 9700K, old but gold, baby. Old but gold. Okay. People, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to hit the like and the sub button. Helps the channel a lot. And there is a notification bell so you can get notified when new streams go live and when new videos come out. But either way. All right, peeps.